was the Monday after the Joseph class when I start feeling that more clearly.
Uh-huh.
Like having a, a feeling of discomfort when I was
Mm.
in my normal position, and comfort and energetic feeling when I was. And also what I felt is like the weight of my body fall to the side of the feet.
Mm.
Mm.
Also I felt that also, like, and I start to practice walking on that, and feels more natural. And even when I took the car, I don't know how, but my legs get arranged different, and felt also nice. Yeah.
Okay. So I think this was after the class where we did paths 5 and 6. Is that correct?
Yeah, we did some, and you point me about that
Yes. I had
on
previously pointed out when we were working together for that practice
Mhm.
class that your feet were turning out.
But was like floating around me, that
Hmm.
advice from you.
Right. Yeah. So you didn't consciously try to do that.
No, was after Joseph class, on laterals, that
Mhm.
I was aware of that part of my body that really away from me. I have almost 2 meters tall.
But you know, Kimi and Doug, correct me if I'm wrong. Alpha's posture, he was like in pathway one in neutral. Remember, we had that little belly protrusion, and
Right.
his scapulars. He wasn't like that. He was more like that. So I wonder, you know, we talk about core moving from the ground up, gravity up, but I'm wondering if some of the clavicular stuff that we did was kind of his body needed it and was able to restack from the top to the pelvis.
Mm.
Right. But I think he felt this change before we did all the clavicular stuff in the last class. He
We
felt,
we did it 2 classes ago. Is the first time Doug showed us, because remember our shoulders? We did
oh,
that
right.
because
Uh-huh.
that was when I was in New York, and then we did some more again this last class.
Right.
Because
Okay.
you
Yeah.
said after the class, right?
Mhm.
You noticed Alpha.
After this last class, he said
Yeah,
that he
just
noticed it after the previous
Okay.
class.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very
Yeah, I
interesting.
guess it's a bunch of stuff. Um, but the thing is, my awareness was clear to that point of my body, to that part of my body. Uh, I can guarantee you that many times in my life I tried to change that when I was extended,
Yeah.
but this time is different. It's
Mhm.
like feeling comfort when I'm straight.
Wow.
But I wasn't there, Alvo, but I was wondering what 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 uh, what do you think yourself that caused the awareness? If we're talking about the clavicula, but also talking about the axis rotation, it was going back to a neutral position. What
Uh,
movement
maybe
did you do?
yeah, Kimi advised me about that. So yes, that was floating and practicing that. When we been working with Joseph, I guess something of my awareness could through my pelvis down, some kind of bridge on my awareness. Something
Mhm.
was down to my
But
uh, down my
but was
pelvis.
that in one of the pathways?
We've been doing with the lateral pathways and clavicula and movement. We've been uh, in the upper side of the body. So it's really all connected, you know.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's already a very nice experience, of course, to realize that.
Mhm.
If you
Actually,
I
have no more. Actually, if I do path, I will say 5 or 6. When you do this, that movement, I can feel that came from my feet. It
Yes.
came of my feet on the side of my feet. No, so I guess is about that. Was about that. Actually, on the other side also.
About what? Sorry.
I am about the feeling the beginning or connecting to the beginning of that movement on the feet.
So you feel more weight on the outside of your foot when you begin
Yeah,
the movement.
definitely, Kimi.
Yeah. And if your feet are out and that happens, then you would go into rotation rather than side.
Right?
Mm,
Hmm.
That's
yeah.
Because your hip needs exo. That's what you're saying. Exo rotation.
mm,
If you're
Oh,
rotating with your trunk, you only can do that with a kind of axial rotation in your hip joint. So that means your feet like this.
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, let me see if I can show you.
Gladly.
Uh, so if my feet are like this, and I want to shift my weight to the outside of my foot, then it makes me rotate, right?
mhm.
And if my feet are going straight ahead, then it makes me side bend. You can get up and try it yourself.
Yep.
So if your feet are out like this and you want to side bend, it's very hard for your hip joint. Try doing that. It just feels completely awkward. And if you make your feet point straight ahead, it's simple,
oh, that's fascinating.
isn't it? It must have something to do with riding a horse, Tony.
Oh, well, I'm so happy that you're including the feet because this um the whole laterals have been, I'm like, I need to review and review, or it was just mind boggling. Like, but that right there was so simple and clear of the feet turned out versus, and it made me think of Doug when he showed the swing of the tennis player.
Oh, right. Yes.
Um,
And it
and
kept
some,
put in the
yeah. And I was like,
completely aligned.
whoa. So, yes, that actually is, I do, because my feet, when I'm riding, if they go out, then I'm a little bit rotated, uh, as opposed to if I can just let them fall down in life and walking and everything. So that was really a good visual. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whoa. Yeah.
It's really
Oh,
been several revelations like that during this course with Joseph, which is interesting.
and didn't, there was, for me, the fascination was when we were doing a little uh, pathway 5 and 6 and no, excuse me, 3 and 4. And when we were going back and forth, like, well, if you're in 3, but then you're 4 on the other,
Right.
or, and like, I would like to go back and review that. I thought that was,
Okay. We can do
well,
that now if you'd like.
oh, we really, I mean, I can do it on my own too. I don't want to take up other people's time on that if it's,
Well,
yeah.
I did prepare a little
Yeah.
PowerPoint with some
Mm.
photos of the clavicle.
Okay, good. Love
And
that.
if we want to do that, we can do that.
Well, let's do that. That's I love yeah.
Okay.
My sore shoulder went away because my clavicle, I played with it so much that
It
my
got
sore shoulder
looser.
is gone.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the same experience.
Ah,
Yeah, that's nice.
I had the experience, my right side was just fine, as I said, and my left side was confused. And
Me too.
when I tried to get the left side to move down as I lifted up my arm, I got all this pain in my shoulder. I got in my infraspinatus, and then after I released that, I got pain around my deltoid. And actually, you'll see in one of these, there's a video that I can play of how the muscles are arranged and interact with the clavicle. So let me see if I can do this. I
Can
need
I
to.
add just one more thing to what you were saying about rotation versus lateral bending?
Mhm.
I find that if the feet are turned out, and that also corresponds to this shortening at the back of the pelvic floor, and
Can we
it kind of
pin, can we
it, it
pin it?
Yeah.
and for me, what I found was the work we've done with Joseph freeing the thoracic spine um, is been really helpful because I tend to be very blocky up there and everything moves together. But if the base of my spine is being held between the two buttock cheek because my feet are externally rotated or my legs are externally rotated, then I don't have the same mobility all the way up my spine. If I can free up the base of the spine, then I feel like I can find that whole spine fluidity a little bit more. I'm still working on it, but
Uh-huh.
so there's, for me, that's one of the connections, and we've been working on freeing the upper spine, and that
Yeah.
may be informing that connection with the lower spine. I don't know.
Yeah. There's something I see in your movement that I'd like to point out, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Um, take this off so I can see. So if I put my hands on my iliac crest and I just shift my weight over to one foot, I can feel that my iliac crest moves down slightly.
Yeah. On the unweighted side,
No,
correct?
on the weighted side, it moves down.
On the weighted side.
Yes, it does. So because on the weighted side here, I'm going to lengthen that side, and the beginning of that lengthening is this very slight descent of the iliac crest. And I
Yeah.
don't see that happening in you.
No,
Wow.
because I wasn't actually consciously thinking of coming into a lateral bend. I feel that descent when I'm thinking about continuing the arc into the lateral bend. If I'm just shifting weight side to side, like as if I were walking, I don't feel that natural descent. And so maybe I should be thinking a little bit more about it
Uh-huh.
to root down through
Right.
the hip.
And if your quadratus lumborum is tight, then
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Yes, and I think it is. So that's a really good catch. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a very helpful
Yeah. And once you feel that
yeah.
descent of your iliac crest, then it's much easier to open up all of the other ribs.
Yeah. I had a nice little adjustment there in the mid back. Thanks, Kimmy.
You're welcome.
And try doing that with your clavicle manipulation. And I feel like the upper ribs really spread when I do that, which is
Uh-huh. Oh, so if you add that, then it makes the clavicle work better too.
Mhm.
What you
Well,
say?
for me.
Uh-huh.
So what do you do then?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do then if your clavicle is also joining in this movement? What's
Okay.
the-
Let me go and talk about the clavicle for a little bit.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ooh.
You can see my awful. There we go. Okay, move this up. We can do slideshow. Some of this you'll already know. Slideshow. Okay. away from cards. Okay. And let me get rid of these. Okay, so this is just showing the clavicles from the front view. And you can see how they attach to both the manubrium and the behind the clavicle is the first rib. And this is the second rib here. Now the next picture shows from above, and you can see how the clavicle here in blue meets the sternum, the manubrium here on the medial end, and meets the acromion on the lateral end. You can see that's an S curve, and these little blocky pink things, sometimes there's sorry, I've forgotten the name, meniscus between the two bones, and sometimes there's not. Now, the next slide shows what happens when you lift your arm up. So the arm is down, and the clavicle is pretty level and horizontal. And as soon as you start lifting your arm up, it starts going up at an angle until this is about a 45-degree angle. And that pushes the corner of the acromion up with it. If we go back here, you can see that if this shaft starts moving up at an angle, it's going to take this acromion with it, and that makes the scapula rotate upward so that the glenoid fossa is then pointing up rather than out. Be sure to stop me if you have questions. Okay, so those are the slides that I have.
That's a beautiful illustration of that. That's
Upward.
the third one. Yeah, that one just
that was really wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful, because you see both the seesaw at the sternum and at the shoulder. The shoulder blade is the rotation. So you can see kind of both the front and the back at the same time.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
And you can see that the pelvis is a little tilted too.
Right.
Then on the side where the ribs are opening.
Although it's not clear. It's not clear if what kind of lateral bend is going on.
Yeah.
Here.
There may be no lateral bend, except the lateral bend is sort of induced by lifting up the arm.
But so in yoga pose, there's a cow face pose where you try to reach your hands, and it's actually a test of longevity. How the space between the two hands is used to measure the functionality of people's shoulders. And I can show you my second side is much worse than the first side. And so this is going to be really great to work for me to visualize that in the body.
I actually started visualizing the fact that I'm thinking of the clavicle as sort of a strut that goes from the horizontal to 45 degrees. And as it does, it's pushing that acromion up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very, very useful. And there's that front aspect of the lift from the sternum. So there's less efforting in the trapezius. And there's also the mirroring with the hand at the front of the shoulder. It kind of mirrors the rotation of the shoulder blade. So it's 2 for 1.
One of the things that Doug was emphasizing was when the clavicle comes up into this 45-degree angle, that side of the clavicle actually moves down. The medial end actually moves down.
Right.
And pushes that side of the manubrium down a little bit too.
Right. Like the heel of the hand.
Kind of counterintuitive, because here you are lifting your arm. Don't you want everything to go up with it?
Well, you want that saddle to be seated.
The humerus is also going down.
What? Pardon me?
The humerus is the head of the humerus is also going down and out a little bit. And to
Here, you mean?
on the moment that you reach what you see here in the picture, 45 degrees, I have the idea that not only the downside of the that's joined to the sternum is going down, but also the head of the humerus is
The
going
head
down
of the humerus here,
outwards. Yes.
moving outward. It's not moving down compared with the, here it is in the lowered position. It's gone up from there. Because it
Yeah.
has to go up as the glenoid fossa goes up.
Hmm. I didn't
But we can try a little
Fair amount.
working on this on ourselves. Do you want me to keep the picture up or do you want
Yes.
to be able to see me? I don't know if we can do both.
Oh, we can see you both right now. I do. I see you in a little
do?
square,
Okay.
and
Do
then I
other
see a
people
big.
see me?
Yes.
What do you guys? Oops, I see it's whoever talks.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we can unpin Luis so you have more space on the screen. Kim.
Let's see.
Or you can put me on host and I can.
Yes, I'm going to do that also. Except I can't do it while I'm sharing the screen. I think I have to stop share.
Fun.
I'm going to make you co-host, okay? And maybe we stop sharing here. And maybe we can pin this. Well, I'm going to let you manipulate. So can you get me and the drawing of the, oh, I think I know how to do it.
I can pin you, but I don't have access to the slide.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you need
I'm
to
going to
share.
share again, okay? And here, I think I can make myself bigger.
I can see you on the half of the screen and half of the screen showing. Yeah.
There we go. Now, I'm not on the right slide is the problem.
Mhm.
This one is the one we want, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you can do this in sitting and just get your bearings. Find your clavicles and just run your fingers over them. And you can feel how they connect to the manubrium of the sternum on the medial end, and on the lateral end, see if you can feel where the connection to the scapular spine is.
Mm.
Okay. And with one arm, and if you have a better arm, do it with your better arm. Just put your fingers on the clavicle and slowly lift your arm up and feel how it connects again, still to the manubrium and to the scapular spine and down. Now, if you put your fingers on the bulgy part of the medial part of your clavicle, the end right where it attaches to the manubrium, if you put your fingers, a couple of fingers on that and lift up your arm, you'll feel that that part moves down slightly. Even though your arm is going up, that part of the clavicle needs to move down. As the angle of the clavicle changes, the inferior medial end is going to move down very slightly. Okay, so you can try that on one side, and then you can try it on the other side also. And you may find that it's different on this side. I think a number of us have found that. And you can also pay attention to what you feel on your shoulder blade and in your upper arm as you do this movement. So when I did this at first, my right arm over here was just fine, and my left arm, the inferior end of the clavicle, did not move down. It stayed in the same place. And when I tried to encourage it to move down, I got a lot of pain, first of all, in my right below my scapular spine, back here. So I think I was on the infraspinatus, and it's still kind of sore to the touch, especially on the medial side. So that made me think that that muscle was not participating in this movement, and that it needed to be released. And I did that. And then I lifted my arm up again. It was better. But then I felt pain along my deltoid here, both sides of my deltoid.
Mm.
I think the upper attachment of the triceps, and also something over here on the inside of my arm, which I haven't really identified. But I worked on all of that area and tried to loosen it up. You know, I could do some jiggling. I could do actual sustained pressure and so on. All those techniques that we tried. And as I did that, I found it was easier and easier to lift up my arm. And having done that again for such a little time today, I feel as I lift my arm now that it's much easier, and all of those muscles are participating more willingly than they were before. Okay. And as a result of this, I've just been very aware of my clavicles, and especially the clavicular, the sternoclavicular joint, and seeing how it moves, and trying to make sure that that's, especially on my left side, that it's mobile. And I should say too that I had a frozen shoulder, partially frozen shoulder on the left side about 8 years ago. And I think I got probably 90% of my motion left back, but there's always been some lack of motion and a tendency to get a lot of soreness in that shoulder. So I think that working more on this clavicular path will be helpful. Did I hear an ow?
Oh, me.
Okay, so when you feel an ow,
Yeah,
don't
right
do
here.
it again.
Okay.
Okay, what you want to do is find where the ow is and work on that part and see if you can release it.
Yeah. It's funny because I was just thinking how Joseph said touch, 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 you know,
Right.
and then my ow jumped right out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's where I need to touch.
Yeah. I was like, okay. It's right connected to my thumb that doesn't work so well. So,
Yeah. So, part of learning all of this stuff is really respecting your body and listening to what it says, and not thinking that you can override what it's telling you and get somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I have a little bit the experience of Karate Kid. Hands on, wax off. Do you know that movie? Wax on.
oh, right.
And then
Karate Kid.
of a sudden, I felt that there was you can even see it, that one is out here from the right one is in, no problem, but the left one, this little head was 10 years ago, it went out, never went in again. So I'm already used to the fact that it moves a little bit different, no? But I'm very aware that this S form is a necessity to make the whole range of motion, and that I even feel that the scapula is moving, no? And what the experience I had when you were busy and we did one hand and the other hand, that if I really try to sit straight up, also with C7 thoracic 1, that really the shoulder blade and the clavicula are working together as a kind of fork for the humerus, for the both arms, to get them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I really try to stay in the middle to be sure that I feel that they work to the max together. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So your latissimus dorsi, of course, heavy muscle, who's doing a lot. Your rhomboideus is doing a lot. If you do it in both, you feel a big difference between your good and your maybe a little bit less good side, no? But if I'm doing this in a kind of flexion,
Right.
it's different. I had a daughter with a heavy scoliosis, and this picture that you showed us earlier, you could see already that in the mid-thoracic spine, there's a little bit, a slightly, I don't know if you can fancy that picture again, you can
Yeah,
see
I
that
can.
there's a slight movement of the vertebrae of the mid-thoracic spine. And these are also doing this, for example, is very good if you have a scoliosis towards that side. So I do recognize, you see it here already. Yeah, there, and then after on the back side of the xiphoid. So higher here in the middle of the lowest part of the sternum. Yeah, there these three vertebrae are going a little bit in a kind of C curve. You see that?
Down here, you mean?
Yeah, not the ribs, no, the vertebral column.
Oh, yes, I see it here.
So if you have this scoliosis, this is a wonderful exercise.
So you're
Scoliosis
going
on
in
the
the
other
opposite
side.
direction. You're going
Huh?
on the opposite side from where the
Yeah, or the same sides. It's just to become aware where the possibilities are. But now, for my experience, was especially from, oh wow, if I'm have in my mind that the clavicula and the scapula are working together to get the humerus and your whole body in this position, you really need to be right up and not in this position or
Right.
not in a
So
rotation.
I was actually experimenting just now with making a little bit of path one as I lifted up my arms.
Okay. Path
And
one.
that helps too.
Let me see path one. How can I make path one of this?
Just tilting the pelvis a little bit further forward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So extension, flexion. That's the idea.
Yeah.
From the pelvis. Yes. Nice. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Even in sitting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's nice, huh? But if you do them together, you realize that they also can influence each other. We learned in Feldenkrais to set the example for the part that cannot move so well.
Right.
Don't strive to the one who can do it all, but do with the good part exactly what the other is doing. Then it's much more stimulating for the part that doesn't want to move. It's
Yeah.
a different starting point.
Right. And if you want to lift one arm up, then you can, let me see if I can show myself here. I think I have to stop sharing to do that.
Yep.
Okay. So if I want to lift one arm up, I could do a little side bending or I could do a little rotation.
In sitting?
I'm sitting, but I could do it in standing.
Yeah. And why would you do that?
Because it feels that moving the bottom of my torso helps the top to move better.
In rotation, I don't feel that, but maybe later. In lateral flexion, I do understand immediately. Huh? You also can help it with your hands. Rotation. Rotation gives me more difficulties. Need some more prep.
Yeah, it works better in side bending than rotation.
Nice.
Okay, now I don't have any drawings of this, I don't think. I can either show you the video that goes with one of the pictures, the one that looks kind of down from above at the clavicle. He goes through and shows all of the muscles and how they attach to the clavicle. I can either show you that or we can go on to a different movement of the clavicle.
Maybe all of the above.
Yeah.
And Kimi, I just wanted to add a couple more points. I love, that you were treating, so to speak, different places where
Uh-huh.
you were experiencing pain and then rechecking the joint, the SC joint. And for me, there's a couple of places because, I tend to be forward shoulder. It's that subscapularis. And
Uh-huh.
I think Doug showed, how we can kind of tip the shoulder blade forward and fish underneath the collarbone with fingers to get into that subclavicular place, which can be really, really tight. So that's
Uh-huh.
another place for me that where it's kind of glued in together. So it doesn't have the mobility because it's kind of glued to what's below. And then the other place is that whole kind of junction in infraspinatus where
Yeah.
it's so tight that that's what's keeping stuff from moving. And Nicolene, I want to thank you for the whole sandwich idea, that there's this seating of the arm on the clavicle in the front and seating on the shoulder blade in the back. So it's kind of like a seesaw sandwich
Yeah.
that's lifting the arm up.
The,
And
the, the seesaw I don't see, but the
well,
fork.
seesaw
Fork.
it's
Yeah.
down at the sternum, up at the acromion,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's the shoulder blade. It's down at the medial side, up at the lateral
Yeah.
side.
Nice.
So
Well, it's very good to imagine that, and it makes it easier if you're really right up, huh?
yeah, I feel like one of these paper dolls that has the little pin, and it's just going like this.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Good.
It
So
was helpful to hear you talk about it. Thank you.
I was just thinking about whether jiggling would help free up the clavicle. And I did it on my good side, and my good side jiggles very nicely.
Mm.
My other side is kind of stuck. My
What I cannot imagine, but maybe we're losing time with that. And that by touching this part of the clavicle, that you can reach the subscapularis. I can hardly imagine that. Subscapularis is the inside of the scapula, no?
No, we're looking at the subclavius.
Is that the muscle? Did I
Yeah.
miss? Oh,
Yeah, it's right below your clavicle here.
oh, okay. Well, I'm going to check it out. My chat GPT. Okay, thank you. Okay, the movement you were talking about. Tell us all about it, Kimi.
About the subclavius? Oh no,
No,
about the
I don't know.
muscles?
You wanted to do a second movement. I do recall.
Oh, okay. So the other movement is when you move your arm back. If you have your elbows up a little bit and you move your arms back, and you can feel how your clavicle has to angle backwards. The distal end needs to angle backwards.
Uh-huh.
And when you feel the sternoclavicular joint, you can feel how that joint sort of opens up as you move your arms back. And then as you come back, it closes.
Yeah.
And you can feel how that's related to the movement of your shoulder blades, right? Retraction and protraction. They're sort of opposite. When the front comes together or retracts, the back opens up, protracts. And when the back retracts, the shoulder blades come together. The clavicles, that's the proximal end of the clavicle comes apart on the two sides. Mhm.
Small movements, big impact, huh?
Yeah,
It's again very nice to see how the internal parts of the claviculas have an incredible influence of the moving of the shoulder blades.
yeah.
Jody?
Could we look at that in rotation?
rotation of,
If we are to rotate, if we're going into pathway 3.
okay, yeah. What do you, try it and see, put your fingers on the inside end of your clavicle and go into rotation. And what do you feel the two clavicles doing?
Nothing.
The one I'm turning to goes back and the other one comes forward.
Right.
And I was, when Doug mentioned how it goes out, if you were to, it doesn't go back. It kind of is more of a fanning out. When he talked about like, you can't move your clavicle back very well, but you can move it around a curve. I was trying to,
if you're talking about the inside end of the clavicle, it doesn't move very much, but the outer ends really do go back.
Here, do you think it goes forward or does it, you're saying it doesn't move much. I don't know what happens when I go left. I don't.
Is it more like a gate on the side that you're rotating, Jody? Like when you swing open a pasture gate, the point that's connected just kind of pivots.
What happened? But I see, this is like, I'm totally lost now. Going to my left, the gate is opening. Nothing. I don't know what's going on over here. Am I right? I
when
don't
you're
know.
going to the left
Yes.
opening, feels to me that the right one actually closes and moves towards the center of the.
Oh, okay. That's what I feel like. And I, for some reason, was trying to change that. Why? Oh.
And that's partly because the sternum underneath is rotating, right?
Sternum rotating. Don't know about that. Huh.
On the side that you're going to turning towards, it moves back a little bit, and the other side moves forward a little bit.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's definitely doing that. Why do I think that it should be doing opposite? Huh. Oh yeah. Huh. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I've spent lots of time playing around with my clavicles the last couple of weeks.
I think it's also really important to notice how it affects your breathing.
Yes.
When you're moving these around it, there's a tremendous influence on your lungs and your breathing. And in Qigong, I guess Chinese medicine, this point here is known as a lung point. And many exercises you do, you keep your fingers there to help assist with the movements.
Okay. And where is there?
It's actually right below the clavicle, and probably at the acromion joints here. There's a little indentation if you put your fingers in there.
Is the indentation towards your head? On that side of the clavicle, or
yes, up toward the toward the clavicle.
Toward the clavicle.
You're sort of
okay. If you're starting on top of the distal.
Yeah, so clavicle, you come down just a little bit, and you're right. It's like if you lift, you can feel it's. I'm probably not. Maybe it's a part of the trapezius. I'm not quite sure which muscle that is. You can feel an opening
on the back side of the clavicle.
Yes, on the front side.
Front side.
So if you start with your fingers in the acromioclavicular joint.
Yeah, I think it just comes a little bit forward. This is where I understand the point to be.
Come a
little bit forward from the acromion, it's a little bit further down.
Let me see if I can get.
They're calling it a lung point, but I think this area is where you get some effect as you are doing movements.
That's not a very.
I could feel that as I was thinking about it. Each one we were doing, you could, and if you thought about your breath, there's quite an impact on your breathing.
Okay.
I posted an image in the chat if that's helpful.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how exactly accurate it is, but it is under
a little bit further forward, Nicolina. Let's see. little further forward. It's like,
Let me see.
Here's my tuberculous. It's the one where the biceps and is attaching. I don't see the chat to anybody. Oh yeah, there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get out of my.
Oh, so you're talking about not about a acromion, but a point in front of that. And
it's a little, yes, it's a little in front.
Yeah, so
and
underneath.
why do we need to point that out?
Well, in Chinese medicine, and we do qigong practice, they talk about points. When you're doing certain exercise, the objective is to hold your hands there, and it helps influence the effect on the lungs. It's called a lung point from the Chinese system of medicine.
But from what I see on this picture in the chat, I see that it's the inner side of the acromion.
Okay, yeah, it's
so you might do something, like this.
right. So if you're doing
heading,
when you're doing exercises like this, and you're moving your scapula, you keep your fingers in that point.
Aha.
It's probably somewhat a little similar, like you're getting some movement when Louise was showing the arms where you clasp your hands behind.
Yes.
Oh,
So
I do understand.
Anyway, you're affecting that area in both of those movements.
Okay. So you do that only with your finger. There's not.
Yes, usually two. I think they sort of say two fingers in there. And so a lot, many raises or things you can do that way.
To influence the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
okay. So are we talking about this LU1 here? Can you see that?
LV. Yeah, the point on the inside of the acromion you're talking about now in the picture.
Can you see the picture, Nancy?
I'm trying to. I can't bring it up. It's very small, so I'm just trying to see if I can enlarge it.
That, and then download it.
Yeah.
Alpha, was that you that just posted it bigger for a second? Somebody did that. Was that you, Kimi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Posted bigger on my screen.
Yeah.
It's still posted bigger on my screen.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah.
I can't. No, it's okay.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's. I think you're putting your fingers between those points, maybe as you're holding the points.
A lot of nerves passing by here.
Yeah,
that's the brachial plexus.
Yeah.
And so when all this is crunched together, that's when you get sort of pins and needles in your arms at night. And I was just feeling when we were doing the exercise with Kimi, I was feeling kind of the throbbing also of the circulatory system right through this point. So, that's also the attachment point of your SCM.
Yeah, sternoclavicular.
Yeah. So you could also play with, these little guy wires to
nice.
kind of
the insertion is on the clavicle, no?
Yeah, it's very close to this joint, this sternoclavicular joint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
What are you talking about, Louise?
I'm talking about how this clavicle that we've been playing with is so critical to avoid crunching down on the whole brachial plexus of nerves that goes underneath it. And also, for head posture, connecting, the clavicle to the occiput, and for just the nervous system, the circulatory system, this depression of the clavicle keeps us from breathing, from having good blood flow, good nervous flow, good movement of the arm. So yeah, the clavicle turns out to be the key.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it's a pretty amazing bone, and so it's been really fun to explore.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the illustration, Louise.
I have to say goodbye. I got to get to work.
Okay.
Hi, Deb.
Thank you, Deb.
Right. Bye-bye.
Thank
Sorry
you, everyone.
for going
Thank you for all
on,
the
but-
illustrations. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe have a chance to continue that, Kimi, with your the model you were gonna share.
Oh, well,
Next time.
I can send you the link to this
video that shows how all the different muscles attach
Oh,
to the.
yes, that's
Oh,
interesting.
great.
Would be
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Phew.
Okay.
And Kimi, we are having a free intro class this Saturday, really?
You are having what?
We are having a free intro class this Saturday?
Not this Saturday.
No.
Not this Saturday. The next one is a week from Sunday, May 3rd.
Oh,
How was the first class?
The first class, no one showed up. The second,
Oh,
we had 7 people. It was, you can ask December what she thought. We had about 3 people who wanted to tell us their life stories,
Oh my God.
and it was a little tough.
Uh,
that
yeah,
is tough.
It is.
But
but maybe they opened the wrong link. That's not so nice because you have to stay easy, of course. Oh my God.
yeah.
Jody, I want to ask you a quick question before we go. Have you ever mounted? I ride Western. I don't do dressage. I don't do English. And in Central America, they have this groovy little saddle that's like a combination. But have you ever mounted where you twist the stirrup, you put your foot in, and then as the stirrup swings, you swing your leg over the horse instead
No.
of getting on and, like putting all that weight on the one side of the horse while you're trying to get up?
No, but sounds fun.
It is fun if you ride a lot. I made a mistake after not riding for a while to try to do it. And I was like, whoa. And I was just wondering, I had a real cowboy show me that when I rode out in Arizona.
Interesting. Well, I don't even get on my horses from the ground. So I assume you're talking about,
You do the mount. Yeah.
and so I can kind of see how that would, I don't know, you twist.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
that's cool. I could see that. That's pretty
Fun.
neat.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to think of what
yeah.
pathways you would do, definitely. Because I
3,
yeah, definitely 3, but then
then you better quick come back to 4 or you're going to go
right.
off the horse.
Right. Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
thank you, Kimi, for this group study group.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's very
Yes.
learnful.
Take care. Thank you.